welcome to Bottom of the Stream. My name is Adam.
My name is Nick. Welcome to first episode.
First episode of Bottom of the Stream with Adam and Nick.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
first episode minus about 400 episodes.
Yeah, there's been a lot of years of episodes, but
Yeah, there has.
this is new. This is a new start, fresh beginning.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Our weekly video and audio podcast.
Yes.
Bottom of
News
the
and
Stream,
chat show.
where we round up all the big stories of the week in the world of streaming and movies.
We do. That's what we
We'll
do.
We'll be here every week. But we will also, as is tradition,
Yep.
on a Thursday,
That's our bread and butter.
be doing what brought us to the dance.
Yep.
That is our movie show, where we randomly select a movie from Netflix or Amazon Prime
Indeed.
in an ongoing search for hidden gems,
Yeah,
of which we've found a few over the years.
we have indeed.
Not as many as we have found bits of, I don't know, what's the opposite of a hidden gem? Grain
Shit.
of sand? Lump of coal?
What did we find last week?
The first episode
Not so much a hidden gem.
of our new series of movies, we found on Amazon Prime Nessie and Me,
Nessie and Me.
which was a family movie
Yeah.
about, for some reason, well, I still don't understand why, the Loch Ness Monster now
Living in America somewhere.
somewhere near Baltimore, I think.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Or Lapland or
Yeah.
wherever it was.
Lapland was involved as well.
Yeah.
What a mess.
Well, it was
Go
an
and check out
absolute mess.
our
Absolutely.
episode anywhere you get podcasts,
Yes.
because it was literally a movie cut together from other movies.
It was. It was pulled together from two other movies and
Yeah.
made into one movie. Badly.
Yeah.
I think we decided.
And, well, it's currently top of our stream table.
It's the only film of the season.
But this week, come
Yep.
back and find us on Thursday. We'll be talking about Office Invasion,
We will.
a South African alien
Office movie.
office comedy movie.
On Netflix, that one.
Yeah.
So we've started with an Amazon, going to a Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, find out, come back on. We only do audio podcasts on the movie show for now.
Yes.
So go and find us on Spotify or wherever and listen to what we thought of Office Invasion.
Join us in our Discord as well, because
Yes.
that's where you can talk to us all the time. There's a really great group of guys and girls in there.
There really is. It's
Talking
great.
movies and everything
The
else.
Discord link will be in the description below, or I don't really know how YouTube works. Maybe I'll put it here. I don't know.
It's also where you can join us for
I've
watch
seen people
alongs.
do that before.
Things
It'll
like
be
that.
here.
Yeah, that's true. we can learn how to do that.
I've no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do watch alongs. We've got all sorts of fun going on in Discord. It's
Yeah.
good times.
Excellent.
Anyway,
how have you been,
I was
Adam?
going to ask you the same thing. I've been well, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, good. I've been away on holiday.
You look very tan.
Do I?
Yes.
I had a couple of days on the beach.
Nice.
I've not been out of the country, but the sun did come out
It's
for a little bit.
not been too bad. We've had a bit of summer.
Yeah.
It's arrived.
That's it. It's gone.
Yeah, that's
Isn't
it.
it gone? But yeah, it was good. Bit of relaxing, bit of family time.
Good.
Yeah.
Seems like ages since we've sat here doing this.
It is a while.
It has been a while.
Yeah. Played a bit of golf, like
Nice.
mini golf.
Mini golf.
Yeah.
Good.
Trying to get the ball through the windmill and all that sort
Did
of
you
stuff.
win?
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Don't know why I doubted you.
Although, I've got to say, my children are getting better now they are getting a bit older.
Okay.
It's,
They're not as easy to beat.
no, well, yeah, but they're improving.
Good.
So,
Good.
how about you?
I'm well. I've got a quite weird story for you.
Oh, good. Always
So-
like one of these.
I went to a wedding last week.
Lovely.
Congratulations to the happy couple.
Many congratulations.
The story comes on the way home from the wedding.
Okay.
So we were driving back from the wedding.
Yeah.
There's me, my brother, my sister-in-law, and two of our mutual friends in the car.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, I feel something on my hand.
Are you driving?
I'm driving.
Yeah.
Designated driver, as always. And I look down at my hand whilst driving, and there's a cockroach sitting on my hand.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, shit. So I flick it off,
Yeah.
and it lands on my sister-in-law's dress.
Perfect.
Right here.
It's like Big Lebowski sort of
Yeah.
style when he drops the cigarette.
And then she looks down, and then suddenly all hell breaks loose. It is carnage in the car. So then we lose it. It just jumps off her.
Right.
So then
So
she's
it's just
sitting
loose in this contained
loose in a car, very small car with 5 people. Not 5 large people, but 3 large people. And
some adults.
females.
5 adults in a
Yes.
car, yeah.
so she's sitting on the seat with her feet on the seat, screaming.
Yeah.
I'm on like a main road. There's nothing I can do.
No.
So we're driving along, we lose it. Then we spot it again in the footwell on one of her flip-flops,
Okay.
which she's not wearing anymore. So I'm like, I need to pull over because this is ridiculous. So I find a bus stop.
Is it screams and
Screams.
people waving arms and legs?
Belly laughing coming from the back seat. Screams from the front seat. I must admit, I was pretty shit scared myself. So I pull over into a bus stop.
Yeah.
She dives out of the car. My brother dives out of the car. He's designated look for the cockroach guy.
Sure.
Because I can't get out of the car because of all the traffic that's going down the side of me. So he climbs into the front footwell. We're moving the seat. Can't find it anywhere. Pull the seat forward to look in the back. Can't find it anywhere. We decide this cockroach doesn't exist.
Okay.
And then suddenly one of our friends goes, there it is. So my brother spots it, flicks it. It jumps straight into his face.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Oh, it was chaos.
What was his reaction to that?
He screamed. She also screamed. She's gone running off down the street somewhere. I don't know what's
She's
going
walking
on.
home.
Everybody's drunk except for me as well at this point. It was pure chaos. It was hilarious. But we got this cockroach out. We got back in the car and everything was fine. But I've never experienced anything. I've never even seen a cockroach in the UK before.
No, me neither.
It was definitely a cockroach.
Was it big?
It was huge.
Yeah.
It was that big.
Wow.
I reckon.
Maybe it hitched the lift from the venue.
I left my car window open a little bit all day because it was really hot.
Yeah.
So whether it had got in during the day, I don't know. Or we'd had... My aircon doesn't work in my car. So we were driving home and we'd got the windows
Probably,
open.
do you know why your aircon doesn't work?
Because of cockroach next to me or something. I don't know.
100%.
Yeah, it was carnage. It was pure carnage. It was very funny. Topped off a very fun day.
Actual carnage.
Actual carnage in the car. Yeah, so I'm thinking somebody will make a movie of that one day.
Found any more since?
Nope.
Okay.
I did have a look the next morning to see if there was anything else in the car, but...
Yeah.
No, it was chaos. It was pure chaos.
I love that story.
Yeah. It was funny. It was very funny.
What a traditional way to mark a friend's wedding.
Yeah, exactly.
By
the story on the way home was very entertaining.
By having a fight with a cockroach.
Yeah. When it jumped into my brother's face.
Sounds like one of our questions of the week, that does.
It does,
what
doesn't it?
Would you rather
Yeah.
fight?
Yeah, cockroach at a wedding.
Yeah.
Talking of questions of the week. Segue. Did you see that segue?
Yeah, I know. Smooth. I've got a question this week.
Go for it.
So I will pose the question. So it is an either or.
Right.
So you have to take one of these options.
Okay.
So either every time you start to watch a movie,
Yep.
it slowly, over, let's say, the first 20 minutes of the movie, starts to change.
Right.
And eventually, you slowly realise that you're just watching Shrek.
So it slowly morphs into Shrek without me noticing.
Correct.
Okay.
Imperceptibly.
Right.
Or every single song you listen to slowly morphs into All Star by Smash Mouth.
No brainer. That.
Really?
Because that's a great tune.
I think they're both really annoying options.
They're both really annoying options. I do enjoy movies a lot more than I enjoy music, so I cannot jeopardize my movie watching.
You'd never finish a movie.
Yeah.
You would, but it'd be Shrek.
It would make this podcast really weird.
That's true.
So I'd be
You had
talking
the
through
first
the movie.
20 minutes would be great.
And you'll be like, what are you talking about? There's
And
not a
then-
big green ogre in this movie.
And then Donkey gets off with the dragon. Every same point. Every.
Isn't that Shrek 2?
I can't remember. I don't know.
Shrek's been a recurring theme over this podcast.
Yeah,
recently.
that's why I wanted to bring this question.
I think it has to be that. It has to be all songs turn into All Star. All Star's a banging tune.
Not after.
No,
but
but
every time
song.
you hear some music.
Oh, it'd be annoying because we have the radio on at work all day. So
Yeah,
it'd just
yeah,
be
yeah.
constant loop all day.
Yeah. Or, I wonder though, so if you've got a song on in a movie,
Oh God!
it just turns into,
If I start watching Bohemian Rhapsody,
yeah,
or something,
Schindler's
I'll
List.
wreck-
Halfway through, the score starts turning into All Star
That
by
makes
Smash Mouth.
Schindler's List a very different movie.
Yeah, sure.
But it has to be that. It has to be all songs turn into Smash Mouth. It has to.
I struggled with this a bit because I'm thinking, yeah, for the same reasons as you, I wouldn't want to give movies up.
Yeah.
But every time you listen to a song,
Yeah.
I'd be like, I just thinking like on long car journeys, like if my kids are DJing on Spotify or whatever, they're all having a whale of a time.
So they can hear.
singing along.
They can hear the normal song.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I'm
that
like,
would be
oh,
irritating.
Taylor Swift really sounds like Smash Mouth.
If you go to a gig.
Yeah.
What a horrible choice. But it has to be that. I couldn't give up. I'd give up music before I give up movies.
Yeah. So you just put up with Smash Mouth
I'd have to.
during Jurassic Park. Or...
I'd have to.
Yeah, I guess so.
What a horrible situation to be in.
Let's hope. Yeah, let's hope that one never occurs.
Let's hope so.
Because I'm not a fan of either option. I've got to be honest.
Okay, let's do some news.
Okay, let's do that. Let's crack on with the Netflix news first.
Okay.
And another theme of recent weeks for us, especially as you'll see later on with one of our features in the show, which is Caught in the Net, where we talk about a Netflix game that we played
we do.
in the previous week. We've got gaming news because Netflix has announced that they have got a new guy in charge of the games division. We mentioned a few weeks ago that...
I feel like it's been that long since we had a new guy in charge.
No, what we talked about a few weeks ago was the last chap was moving to a new role.
Right.
As yet unspecified. But we have now got a new games master. I don't think that's his job.
It should be.
It really should be. Alan Tascan has been appointed. Now, he joins from Epic Games.
Right.
Who are the guys behind Fortnite.
They are indeed.
Which I'm reliably told is quite a big thing.
It's a pretty big thing, yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. He has joined where he was vice president of game development.
Wow.
At Epic Games.
Successful guy then.
Yeah, Mike Verdu was the chap who's moved into a new role at Netflix.
Yeah.
Because he's building an game innovation team, I think was what we were told at the time. Yes, Tascan has said that he has taken the new role because he firmly believes that Netflix is uniquely positioned to redefine the future of gaming.
I'd agree with that.
Whatever that means.
If anybody is going to redefine
speak.
the future of gaming, I'd agree it probably is going to be Netflix.
Yeah. We will move straight on to the next article, which is very much linked, because one of the things that Tascan talked about was an increase in Netflix stories.
Right.
Which are going to be these, like, we've already got a few of them, these interactive tie-ins to Netflix properties in which you can sort of play through scenes.
Yeah. There's a couple of Stranger Things ones, isn't there?
There are. I think there's a Money Heist one, things like that. And the next one will release on August the 15th to tie in with the next season of Emily in Paris.
Okay.
So that the Netflix game story will come out at the same time. But also announced this week by way of a similar update is that Netflix currently has 80 games in development.
Wow. Which
would nearly double what's available now. I think it's something like 94 games are currently available. But there are a further 80 titles in development. Greg Peters, who is the co-CEO of Netflix, as we know.
Yeah, we do.
Has said that majority of the 80 games in development will be interactive narrative games, such as the story type offerings.
Okay. Maybe we should try one on Caught in the Net at some point.
Maybe we should. He said that we've launched over 100 games so far. We've seen what works and what doesn't work. We're refining our program to do more of what is working.
Okay.
We view gaming as another new content category for us, similar to our expansion into original films, animation, and unscripted TV.
Right.
So,
Netflix is going to be big. Netflix games are going to be huge.
They'll make it huge.
Once it hits, yeah, they will. Once it hits, it's going to hit. I'm telling you. I don't know what that is, but something's going to make it.
Yeah, what's going to make the breakthrough?
Yeah.
Okay, I know one of the things you also love is a metric.
I do love a metric.
And Nielsen, who are obviously most famous, I guess, for their sort of TV ratings, have got over the last few months created a new metric which they call the top viewed media distributors.
Right.
So
the best streamer, the most popular streamers.
Basically, it's a percentage of time. So this only applies to the States of time spent taking in content from the major streamers and companies.
Yeah.
What company has the highest percentage? And Netflix last month hit its highest spot. So this is for the month of June.
Right.
It came fourth.
Fourth?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is the highest it's ever been.
I would have thought it'd be higher than that.
So 8.4% of all TV viewing in the States was done via Netflix.
Wow.
That's a pretty good number.
Yeah.
And what you have to bear in mind is that the top of the charts was Disney with 10.8%.
Okay.
But Disney's output includes Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN, and ABC.
Right, okay.
So only a couple of percentage points ahead. YouTube was second.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
9.9%. And then in third, I believe, was Warner Brothers.
Okay.
Yeah, so I feel like that's actually quite a useful metric.
Yeah, that's quite a good one.
As opposed to
some of the ones we get.
As opposed to the sort of number of viewing hours divided by the length of the episodes. And
8.4% of all TV watched is done on Netflix. That's quite a big deal.
Yeah. 14 companies accounted for 71.5% of all TV watched in June.
Okay. 14.
Yeah.
Interesting. That is good. I like that metric. Can we keep our eye on that one?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Just for context.
Yeah.
Hallmark. I know you love a Hallmark movie.
We do love a Hallmark.
What do you think their percentage was? They just charted
0.8.
That's not far off. 1.2%.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Cool.
We talk about Netflix getting into the games business.
Yep.
They're also hitting the podcast space.
Oh, really?
And
they're coming after us.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm sure you will love this. I'm keeping my word because I promised we wouldn't talk about this movie again.
Okay.
And we're not going to.
Right.
But you will soon be able to listen to the Rebel Moon podcast.
Right. And what does that entail?
It is a original serial story.
Right.
Set in the Rebel Moon universe.
It's like scripted content.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's set 500 years before the movies.
Right.
And we'll follow the genesis of the Jimmies, which are apparently the robots in Rebel Moon. I've not watched Rebel Moon.
They're called the Jimmies.
Yeah.
Of course they
are. There are 8 episodes, which you can get from anywhere you get your podcast from.
Right.
As you listen to this, you'll be able to get that podcast as well because July the 29th, the first episode drops.
Sweet.
And then with a weekly release after that.
I mean, don't go and do that, but it's cool that they're trying.
Some of the voice talent.
Okay.
Ella Purnell.
Right.
Naveen Andrews.
Okay. Decent cast then.
Peter Serafinowicz.
Wow.
And Jason Isaacs.
Blimey. It's a better cast than the films.
Yeah.
Wow. Naveen Andrews, he doesn't pop up very often, does he?
No, what does he do mostly nowadays?
Don't know.
Yeah. The director's cut, interestingly, of Rebel Moon also arrives at the start of August.
It does. But we're not allowed to talk about that.
That's a different movie, so it doesn't count.
Oh, hold on. I'm not sure that was the deal.
I saw the trailer.
Did you?
Yeah, this week.
Thoughts?
From what I remember, it is pretty much the same as the trailer from the non-director's cut version, except there's loads of computer-generated headshots of bodies exploding.
Oh, really?
People
is that all he's done? Just added more violence in?
Probably a bit more slow-mo. And
yeah.
I might watch it.
Did you ever watch that?
No, I never watched it. No. I kind of thought, what's the point? I'm not going to watch both.
No, that's true. No, it's true.
I don't want to watch 4 movies.
No.
Apparently, there's an hour of additional footage in each half.
Okay.
So it's essentially a third movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
2 more hours.
But if it's just
Crazy.
people exploding and things, it's not really. It doesn't prolong the story. I don't care. Let's not talk about it.
It's just like getting you to talk about it.
Next.
Okay, moving away from Netflix.
Okay.
Well, kind of. There's a few Netflix bits in here. The nominees have been released for the Emmys
Oh, okay.
this week. The
Emmys always takes me off guard because it's completely out of awards season.
Yeah. September it is, the actual awards. The most nominated series was Shogun.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, they had 25 nominations.
Blimey.
Including Best Drama Series. The Bear, 23 nominations.
Okay.
Only Murders in the Building, 21 nominations.
Disney Plus doing well.
True Detective, 19 nominations. And The Crown, 18, which surprises me because I think it was widely regarded that the last series of The Crown was pretty awful.
Doesn't matter though, does it?
And it just become completely soapy. Should we run through a few categories?
Let's do it.
Best Drama Series.
Okay.
The Crown from Netflix. Fallout, Prime Video. The Gilded Age from HBO. The Morning Show. Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Oh, it's the first episode of that.
Right.
I really enjoyed it, and I've only just now remembered we watched the first episode. and never went back to it.
Brilliant.
It's the Donald Glover reboot.
Yeah, it was.
Shogun, Slow Horses, and The Three Body Problem.
Oh, okay.
A little surprise at that.
That is a little
I never got
surprise.
to that either.
Did you not?
No.
It was okay.
What? Anything stick out with you there?
Shogun's going to win that.
I'm sure it will.
Oh, Fallout was great,
Fallout
though.
was brilliant.
Fallout was
Is
great.
it the type of show that wins an Emmy, though?
No, probably not.
It doesn't feel like it to me. That was probably my... I've seen Shogun. I've seen Fallout. I've seen one episode of Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
I've seen The Three Body Problem.
Yeah.
I think Shogun's got to be favourite, but Fallout is an outsider.
Yeah.
It's between those two for me.
Best Actress. Jennifer Aniston for The Morning Show. Carrie Coon for The Gilded Age. Maya Erskine for Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Anna Sawai for Shogun. Imelda Staunton for The Crown. And Reese Witherspoon for The Morning Show.
You ever watched The Morning Show?
I haven't.
I've heard it's really
I
good.
feel like I would like it.
Yeah, I feel like I would.
It's on Apple.
Yes, it is.
You've never been tempted.
No.
Okay.
Well, I've got Apple.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't.
Okay. Interesting.
Well, I am tempted. I just haven't got to it.
Apple's got quite a few noms. Again, in Best Actor, Idris Elba for Hijack, Donald Glover for Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Walton Goggins for Fallout, Gary Oldman for Slow Horses, Hiroyuki Sanada for Shogun, and Dominic West for The Crown.
Okay. If anybody's better than Walton Goggins is in Fallout, I'd be surprised. But whether he'd actually win it or not.
He's great.
He is great.
He's great in that. Comedy series. We'll just do a couple more. Best comedy series.
Yep.
Abbott Elementary.
Okay.
The Bear. Curb Your Enthusiasm. Obviously, it was the final season of that. See if that has an effect. Hacks from HBO. Only Murders in the Building. I kind of think it was still great. I think it was my least favourite series.
It was a great series, but it was the worst one of a good bunch.
Yeah. Palm Royale, another Apple TV show. Reservation Dogs, and What We Do in the Shadows.
Okay, I didn't even know What We Do in the Shadows was still going.
I've actually watched them this week.
Oh, have you?
Because I've started to, realised I was a season behind.
Okay.
It's just been commissioned for its final season.
Okay.
This season 6 will be its last one.
I don't think I've ever watched any of it.
I'm sure you've watched it. I'm sure we've talked about it.
Maybe.
You've said I've watched some of it. So there's 5 seasons on Disney Plus.
Maybe I've watched one season.
Okay.
I haven't watched a lot of it.
You'd really like it.
I would. It's another one of those things, isn't it? It's like Curb Your Enthusiasm. I never went to back to that after it came back. I've never seen any of them.
I used to watch that without fail, and that's one of the shows that it's now difficult to get over.
Yeah.
Because it's not, unless you've got a Sky. I know there's ways and means, but
there's always ways and means.
Yeah. We'll just do one more. Best limited or anthology series.
Okay.
Nominations are Baby Reindeer, Fargo, Lessons in Chemistry, which is another Apple show, Ripley on Netflix, and True Detective Night Country.
There's only one winner there.
I mean, Baby Reindeer was a juggernaut, wasn't it?
It really was. Can you imagine it not winning? I can't imagine.
I don't think so.
But then Ripley was fucking brilliant, and it was really awardsy.
Yeah, it's very awardsy.
So there could be an upset there.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Good nominations. When's the awards?
September.
Cool. We'll give you the winners when they are announced. Or you could just watch it.
In our next ongoing series of why cinema is dead, news this week that, well, again, as you're watching this, it will be out, but as we're recording this, I think it comes out tomorrow.
It does.
Deadpool and Wolverine is tracking to shatter the record for an R-rated movie opening weekend.
Definitely will.
Apparently currently tracking to collect between 160 and 170 million dollars in the States alone, and essentially doubling that with international releases to take it to somewhere just south of 400 million in its first weekend.
I think it's going to do really well.
I've seen a few reviews.
Yeah.
Which have been mostly
positive.
I
think people just tend to like those movies, don't they?
Yeah. I think it's one of those things that will have that balance, won't it, of appealing to the masses, but also having so much in there for the proper completists. And dare we say it, nerds.
we can say whatever we want. I'll be going.
That they will love it.
Doubt. At some point next week, probably.
Do you know what the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time is?
Deadpool 2?
It was.
Okay. It's been beaten since.
Deadpool 2 came in eventually with 785 million.
Right.
Just ahead of Deadpool 1.
They're the only ones I can think of that ever done really well as an R-rated.
It's the only R-rated movie that's broken $1 billion.
Really?
Yeah. And I think a trailer for its sequel, again, just came out this week.
I'm sure I'm going to kick myself, but go on.
It's Joker.
Oh, okay. I didn't realise that. That made $1 billion.
Yeah, I was quite surprised at that as well.
Me too. It's a good movie, though.
Mm.
I'm looking forward to the second one of them.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be really good.
Yeah, I was quite surprised.
Hmm.
Okay, more movie news. And we're staying in comic book land.
Nice.
Because there are strong rumours, it's all over the internet, this is, that the Russo brothers...
Yes, I've even seen this.
...are in talks to rejoin the MCU. And that...
Crisis talks?
They have essentially been offered Avengers 5 and Avengers 6.
Right.
Because, again, if you remember a couple of weeks ago, Sean Levy was apparently looking at taking this job. And that's since Daniel Destin Cretton was originally announced to direct Avengers 5. He was the guy who directed Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
And he's moved off to other projects. So, yeah, it's potentially a third name in the director's chair for these. And look, I mean, you can see why it might happen because, let's be honest.
Go on.
I mean, since they've come away from the MCU, it's not been
very successful.
So they did Cherry.
Yes.
With Tom Holland.
Great movie.
And then they did The Grey Man.
Yep.
On
not
Netflix.
So great.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's not brilliant.
But it's two odd, would you say odd follow-ups to the biggest movie?
I think it was them trying to say, look, we can do other things. We don't just do this sort of movie. If you've not seen Cherry, check that out. It's a great movie.
But I mean, I mean, obviously we've just talked about how well Deadpool and Wolverine is going to do, but there is still a full-on rescue mission needed on the MCU, isn't there?
Definitely.
In sort of
100%.
terms of pulling everything together and...
I don't even know how you can do an Avengers movie at this point because where are you even your Avengers at?
I don't know where we left them all.
Exactly. Who even knows where they are? Nobody's watched any of the movies that set it all up. They've got a big. If they take that job, which they will, it's a big job to get people back into that universe. I don't know how you do it. Genuinely don't.
Did you know as well that the So Deadpool and Wolverine is the 34th MCU movie.
Wow.
That's suddenly a very big rewatch, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it feels
You
like
couldn't
the
do
last
it.
10 or so. What have we really done with the last 8 to 10 movies?
Yeah, because wasn't Endgame the 22nd?
Something
So there's been like 12 since.
Yeah.
I couldn't
It's
even.
a lot of treading water, isn't
I don't
it?
think I could even name them all.
No.
All the 12 since Endgame.
No. There's a couple of Thors, isn't there? A Black Panther and an Ant-Man and... Yeah.
Eternals, the Marvels.
I've never seen that. I saw that. Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. How do you feel about Zac Efron?
Love Zac Efron.
How would you like to see double Zac Efron?
Please.
Well, you can, because he has signed up for Famous.
Okay. Famous.
Famous is a doppelganger thriller.
Right. Okay.
Which, interestingly, is based on a book by Blake Crouch. Do you know who Blake Crouch is? We've talked about him as well before.
Have we?
Yeah.
No.
Funnily enough, I don't know if you're still watching this, but Blake Crouch is the author who wrote Dark Matter.
Okay.
Which again is the show on Apple TV.
It is.
You watched the first.
I watched the first 3 and then decided to wait till it was finished because
Okay.
it was annoying me that it was coming out every week.
Yeah.
And it has now finished and I haven't.
Okay.
I will,
Yeah.
but I haven't yet.
Because you quite enjoyed it, didn't
Yeah,
you?
I enjoyed the first.
And he also wrote Wayward Pines.
Okay, I watched that as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
cool.
I watched the first season. I don't know if I watched when it came back. And yes, this movie is going to be produced by A24, as all movies
Seem to be.
I think
at the minute.
are now. And
Everything that's just a little bit odd, if you know it's A24.
Zac Efron will play him the doppelgangers in this movie. One of whom is a basement-dwelling loser with an unchecked sociopathic streak.
Okay.
But he's got the same face as a famous person.
Didn't Will Smith make this movie a few years ago?
I don't know, did he?
He was like Gemini Man or something.
I've never seen that. And he moves to follow the famous doppelganger, basically. And they both land in, according to Empire magazine, several increasingly squirmy and sinister scenarios.
Oh, squirmy and sinister.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
No word on any other stars.
Don't need anybody. Just
Sure.
let Efron do it all.
Just all the Efrons.
All the Efron. At
It'd be like sextuplets, Holland Wayans.
least he can act. Cool. Next.
More news on Nobody 2, which is
Okay.
gathering pace.
Can't wait.
We talked about that a couple of weeks ago. Obviously, Bob Odenkirk is returning, and it's going to be directed by Timo Tihouanto, who we've seen one of his movies on this show before,
Yep.
Headshot. Nobody 2 now has a release date.
Okay. When's it coming?
It is 15th of August, 2025.
Oh, just over a year away.
Yeah.
Not long at all.
So this one's getting a fast track.
Mm.
And the villain of the piece has been announced.
Okay.
Which will be played by Sharon Stone.
Sharon Stone.
Yeah, she's back in villain form.
Back in villain form. I like it.
Yeah.
Sweet. I think she'd be a good villain.
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, just don't think about a Catwoman movie.
No, not at all. Never think about that ever.
But I think as
I'm
like
not
a
against
crime
that.
boss.
Yeah, I can see that. Glamorous crime boss.
Sure.
Gets to do some big fights,
Maybe.
hopefully.
Oh, well, that's what's happening.
Sweet. I'm not against that. I like that.
Yeah. Nobody was great. One of my favourite movies of that year.
Same. Absolutely same. I've seen it about 3 times now, I think.
Good, nice. And the final piece of news this week, sad news, is the passing of Bob Newhart.
Yeah, I saw this. This is sad.
94.
94.
I didn't realise he was that
I
old.
didn't realise he was
Which
that
kind
old.
of made me think, oh my God, he looked good for
He
94.
really did. He was working all the way up till the end as well.
I mean, had worked all the way since the 1960s. He had his own variety shows, sitcoms, probably much, an absolute legend over in the States. But I think in recent years, you would know him from Elf,
Yes,
where he played Buddy's elf dad.
he did.
And
You say recent years. That was
I know.
A long time ago.
But I know it was. And The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
He was fairly regular in that, wasn't he,
was.
towards the end of it?
They killed him off in that. Professor Proton.
Proton.
Yeah, he died in that, didn't he?
Okay. I don't know. Stop watching before then. But, yeah, 94. Brilliant.
Good for him. Rest in peace, Bob.
Yeah. That's all the news.
Good news. Have you watched anything good at the top of the stream?
I have watched 5 episodes of the new season of Cobra Kai.
Okay, I've only seen 2
on Netflix.
2 or 3, maybe 3. 1, 2, or 3. Not 1, maybe 2 or 3.
Okay, fine.
But
it's back.
It's just Cobra Kai, isn't it? There's no.
It's the easiest watch. I want to talk to you about episode 5.
Okay,
because
we'll do that next week.
Okay, we'll talk about it next week.
Finished it by
I just feel I know Cobra Kai is known for its don't take it seriously.
Yeah,
just.
Karate's the most important thing in the world.
Absolutely.
Just keep that in your head.
Scoop over some of the, thin characters, I guess. But there's just a couple of things that happen in episode 5, and I'm like, I think we're really stretching.
I love it though. I love that.
How thin some of these characters are, and how karate is so important.
Yeah.
That they disregard all the stuff that's happening. Where you're just like, hang on, in real life. I'm not carrying. Do you know what I mean?
I do know exactly.
That is an important thing that's happening.
but
we were watching at home and we were literally laughing because we were like, "This is it's brilliant how ridiculous and important the karate is."
Yeah, exactly. You know that about Cobra Kai, so you can kind of just live with it and go with it.
They're not doing anything different.
No,
but they're really stretching it.
Okay, cool.
That was
how many is there at the minute?
5.
Okay.
And I think that's the other issue with this, isn't it? Yeah. It's Netflix's new fad of
stretch it. It's stretched out over a year or something, isn't it?
5 episodes now.
Yeah.
5 episodes in November this year. 5 episodes, final 5 episodes, as a date yet to be announced in 2025.
It's much. It's too much, isn't it?
It is too much. Because we know people binge watch this, and Cobra Kai is only 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah.
We watched the 5 episodes in 2 nights.
You really run the risk of people losing interest.
Yeah.
It's like Stranger Things. Somebody mentioned in our Discord a few weeks ago. I think it was Sam. You've been waiting for Stranger Things for so long now. Do you even care anymore?
Yeah.
And we've still got at least another year to go.
Yeah, I think
so. And it's like, is it going to be as big as people think it's going to be?
We watched
after all this time. 4 years between seasons is mental.
It is. Before we started this batch of episodes of Cobra Kai, we did watch the recap because obviously Netflix gives you a last time. We got to the end of it. I can't remember that happening.
No, same. I did exactly the same thing.
It was so I remembered all the putting down Terry Silver and all that.
Yeah.
But it's when John Kreese steps out of prison.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't remember that at all.
Because it's a 5-minute scene that happened 2 years ago.
Yeah.
In a 30-minute show.
I think it was even just the tag at the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. I don't know. Netflix might bite themselves in the foot doing this eventually.
It really.
They're going to do it with Squid Game.
Really stretches the momentum, doesn't it?
They'll do it with Squid Game as well.
I know
we're getting some of that this year.
Yeah.
But we're not getting all of it this year.
Yeah. But they did it with Bridgerton this year as well. Yeah, they did. Split it into 2.
It's just to keep people subscribed.
Yeah.
But asking that over a year, or almost a year, is crazy.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. Anything else?
Yeah, there is, but I might have to come back to it.
Have you forgotten it?
Yeah, because there was something earlier on and we mentioned it. I was like, oh, what is that? And I can't remember what it is. So you go.
I'll go. Which way? I've got 3 films to talk to you about. I'm going to go with Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Okay.
I watched that on Saturday night.
Yes.
Dull as dishwater.
Really?
Really didn't.
This is coming to Disney Plus next month.
Yeah, I think it is. I really didn't like it.
Okay.
It's on for nearly 3 hours.
Right, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'd got my phone out after about 30 minutes.
Okay.
At one point...
So you quite like the trilogy?
I do like the films.
Yeah.
And I was really disappointed with this one. It just didn't... It felt really soulless.
Yeah.
You could tell nothing's real. And it just didn't... Because there's barely any humans in it. There's a couple.
Sure.
It just didn't feel... It felt soulless. It felt like there was nothing there. It was all CGI.
Yeah.
It was all... it just wasn't for me, this one. I didn't enjoy it at all.
Did you make it to the end?
I watched it all the way through, but I did at one point I left it playing whilst I went to make my dinner. I was like, if I pause it, I'm going to be up even later.
You don't feel you missed it.
No, I don't.
Interesting.
In stark contrast to that, I rated a triumphant return to the cinema at the weekend.
Oh, well done.
I went on my own on Sunday night to watch Twisters.
Nice. I hear good things.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I thought it was absolutely brilliant. I've seen some videos on Instagram of people watching it in 4DX.
Right.
Don't do that. Fucking hell. They look like people were throwing up at the end of it. It's soaking wet and absolutely dead. No, I really enjoyed it. It really felt like it had the heart of the original one.
Yeah. I haven't seen the original.
No, same.
Oh my God, I can't even.
It felt like I was watching a 90s movie that had just been updated.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted from it, I think. I think I just wanted... It's batshit crazy. Yeah. It's stupid. It's really silly. But I really liked it.
Busiest actor in the world, Glenn Powell.
Yeah, absolutely. He's in everything.
Currently.
He's a good-looking dude as well. Good God. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it. Definitely go and watch it. And if you don't, wait, it'll be on Disney Plus in 2 weeks probably. I've left us on a bit of a sad spot. I watched a documentary on Saturday night.
Okay.
It's called Tell Me Who I Am.
Right, what's that?
It came out in 2019. I couldn't find anything to watch, so whenever I can't find anything to watch now, I tend to go for a true crime documentary. Sure. So I went for a true crime documentary, and it's called Tell Me Who I Am. And it's about this twin brothers.
Yeah.
And one of them, when he was 18, was in a car accident and lost his entire memory.
Okay.
Didn't remember anything except for his twin brother.
Okay.
So he didn't remember his parents, didn't remember where he grew up, he didn't know his house. All he knew was his twin brother and his name of his twin brother.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, his twin brother made a decision that affected them both for the rest of their lives. They're 54 now, the pair of them. He decided on the cuff, in the spur of the moment, not to tell this lad about the horrendous childhood that he'd had.
Oh.
And how abusive his mother was.
Wow.
She was horrendous. She was a paedophile.
Yeah.
And she used to rent them out to her friends and all sorts. But in the moment, this 18-year-old lad made the decision he wasn't going to tell his brother this.
Yeah.
Because of that, his brother then went on to have a relationship with his mother.
No way.
Until she died. And this other guy kept this secret from him for this long. And then when she died, he found a photograph of himself, which made him start asking questions, let's say this. And he asked his twin brother outright if he was sexually abused as a child. And his brother said yes, and then walked away and wouldn't tell him anything else.
That is insane.
Yeah. This was when they're in their 30s.
Yeah.
They're now 54, and he still has never told him the full story until this documentary. They sit down together and he tells him, like me and you are sitting down now.
Oh my God.
It's devastating.
This guy must have just been...
Both of them were completely messed up. Even the twin brother probably had it worse in a way because he had to watch this decision that he'd made fall apart around him.
Jesus.
But he also managed to bury it away himself.
Yeah.
So then when his brother asked him about it, that all came flooding back. And he's like, when we were 18, I should have just told him. We could have gone to therapy, sorted it out. Yeah. We'd have had a happy life. Now they're in their 50s, and this story has just destroyed both of them.
That is...
And it's...
unbelievable.
It was unbearable to watch. It's a really good documentary. It's Oscar nominated, the documentary.
Is it on Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. But yeah, don't go into it thinking this is a light-hearted true crime documentary. It wasn't what I was expecting from it. But yeah, it was an insane story.
Wow.
And this guy's got to 54 and still has no memory of any of it. But now he knows. And I was like, it blew my mind.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot. I had to go outside and touch some grass afterwards. So it's like crazy story. But I think that's it. I think that's all I've watched.
Okay.
I'm sure there is other stuff because it's been a while since we spoke.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's all I've got.
Okay.
How are we doing for time? Do you want to do... We've got two options. We can do Caught in the Net now, and then we're going to do what's coming to Netflix in August, or we could do the other way around.
Let's do what's coming to Netflix in August.
Let's do that. For some reason, I've closed the window.
Oh, brilliant.
So let me just relocate that. There it is. I did look through this earlier, and it was sparse, to say the least.
Everyone's on holiday.
Everyone's on holiday.
Yeah. No one's inside watching Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix traditionally doesn't do a lot in July and August. Oh. It's weird to me that Cobra Kai's come out in July. Because they don't usually do anything in July and August.
True.
Right, let's quickly run through what we've got.
Okay, so...
There's a few to-be-decideds there. Love is Blind UK Season 1.
There you go. It's
I
momentous.
didn't know there wasn't a UK version.
It's just being rolled out everywhere now, isn't it?
I just assumed there was one already. That's coming at some point in August. There's your Rebel Moons.
It's August the 2nd, Rebel Moon Part 1 and Part 2, director's cut of both.
It hasn't got their new names on there.
Also, that's because there's probably a character limit on the,
probably.
website. A new SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
Okay.
Or, to be more accurate, the Sandy Cheeks movie.
Great name.
Saving Bikini Bottom. That also arrives on August the 2nd.
They're brave putting that the same day as Rebel Moon because I know which one I'd choose.
I don't think they've got much of a crossover audience.
Probably not.
But
maybe.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Season 4, the final season of the Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, that's coming back.
August 8th. Did you ever watch that?
I haven't ever watched it. I think I watched the first few of the first season and then never went back. Okay. It might be one of those shows that I do when it's done.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's the sort of show I'd really enjoy.
Emily in Paris is also being split, which I didn't realise.
No, I didn't. Season 4, Part 1.
Part 1 arrives on August the 15th.
Mark Wahlberg's new action comedy's coming, The Union.
Okay.
August the 16th. He stars as a construction worker who finds himself immersed in the world of spies and secret agents when his ex-girlfriend, played by Halle Berry, recruits him.
Okay.
There you go.
Netflix loves Halle Berry at the minute.
Who doesn't? Secret Life of Orangutans.
Lovely.
David
Love an
Attenborough's new
orangutan
show.
on this show.
Focuses on one orangutan called Eden, who is 8 years old. Who's a lot younger than David Attenborough.
August the 29th, Chaos arrives, which is a fantasy comedy, a contemporary retelling of Greek mythology. Jeff Goldblum is in that.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah.
It's also the same day that Terminator Zero returns for season 2. It's the Japanese anime series.
I do not think that is correct. It's the first season. I don't believe
I don't think there's been a season before. But, typo on the screen.
Yeah, so we'll definitely be checking that out, I think.
That's it. That's the end of your list.
Well, you know what Netflix is like. They'll probably sneak something major on.
Unless you want to talk about Glenn Close's new horror film called The Deliverance.
Okay, fine.
Stars Glenn Close and Caleb McLaughlin. And it's about a rural Indiana family that, after strange demonic occurrences, is convinced their home is a portal to hell.
Oh, you've sold me.
Absolutely.
It's typical August fare, that is.
Yeah, it is. Very, very Halloween in August.
Fine.
So that's it. That's everything that's coming to August. To Netflix in August.
Nice.
I suppose we need to get a list of what's coming to Amazon soon.
Oh, yeah.
Should start doing that as well. That'd be a lot longer.
Just you put your own stuff on there, so it could be anything.
True. Right, what did we catch in the net this week, Nick?
So, it was your choice last week to choose a Netflix game for us to play and then come back and talk about.
It was indeed.
And you chose a crime mystery...
Yeah, detective...
Solve the case type game.
Yeah, it wasn't. I don't think it was what I was expecting it to be.
The Case of the Golden Idol.
Yes.
Which is kind of a... You thought it might be a point and click type thing.
Yeah.
But it's not even that. It's
not.
It's text-based, spot the difference kind of...
Yeah, I don't even really know how to describe it. It doesn't really... You basically have to click around the screen until you find all the clues.
Correct.
And then piece the clues together.
Words.
Yeah, keywords and names.
To move on to the next level, you have to complete basically what happened, who did the murder. You have to fill in a scroll with the missing words.
Basically.
How they did it, where they did it, why they did it, what's their motive. But then you have a load of side quests where you have to identify the
people in the scene are.
Yeah, and maybe what they were eating for dinner if they were sat around the table or things like that. I quite enjoyed it.
I did.
But you really have to sit down and go for it.
It's a time eater.
Yeah.
It literally ages.
Yeah.
Per scene.
I think it fell quite nicely for me because the only reason I got anywhere on it was because I was on holiday.
Yeah.
And I got a bit of time to sit and have a go at it whilst people were off on doing their thing or when the kids had gone to bed. And so I actually got to level, I think the 10th case.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think I'm on the last case of the first game chapter.
Okay, so you know a lot more than I did. I think 3.
Okay.
The last one I finished was the one with the spontaneous combustion in the stable yard.
Yes. Yeah.
And that took me. Oh, it must have been over an hour.
Yeah, I think I did that. I was doing that when I was like, I'm not going to be able to do this.
I was one name off getting it right, and it took me ages to figure out where I was. And I was determined. And when I got it, I was like, oh, I'm glad I've done that. And then the next one loaded up, and I was like, I haven't got time for this. I have not got time for this. Because if that one's taking me an hour, this one's going to be 90 minutes.
Oh, yeah. And there's a couple of smaller ones in the middle.
Okay.
But that one that you just done, there's more difficult ones than that.
Yeah, I can imagine
the final one, I'm sure it's the 10th one that I'm on. You haven't got any of the side quests. You've just got to do the scroll.
Right.
But you've got to do 5 scrolls. And it's a whole map of all the places you've visited so far. And there's basically 5 murders, and you have to start at the start. And I've got to that and gone, I think I've had enough.
I really enjoyed
it enough to enjoy it.
I really enjoyed it. That one especially, I thought this is really good because I'm like piecing all this together from all the different clues. But who's got the time? Who's got the time?
Same. I really enjoyed it, but I haven't. Yeah. I think if I'd been on a normal week, I'd have got probably, about where you are. Yeah. Probably.
Because a few times I've sat down this week and thought, shall I have another go on that game? And I was like, I just don't have the time to sit. Because if you start it and then stop, by the time you go back again, you're not going to have known where you were. You need to get them all done at once. Yeah. It's a good game, but you've got to have some time to.
My method was usually I'd start by getting the identities.
That's what I
found that was kind of the easiest side quest to do, and there's enough clues to sort of because you pick up letters and things like that, and you can work out. There's enough clues you can usually work out the identities, and then you go from there. There was one, it did take me ages, where you're in the manor house and you've got to work out where everyone was sitting for dinner, who everyone is, what everyone had for dinner, and then you have to work out where everyone sleeps in the servants' quarters and do the scroll. It took ages.
Yeah.
And there is a bit of guesswork as well.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because you get when you're filling in the scroll, you get 3 goes to check what you've put in, and it will tell you, 6 of your answers are right, 5 are wrong, or whatever. Yeah. But once you've looked at it 3 times, you're in a complete dark.
I found there's a hints section as well where you can ask for a hint.
Yeah,
and I found that very unhelpful.
Yes, me too.
So it's not teaching me anything here. Yeah. I don't know what. I went through 4 hints and I still don't think it gave me anything. Yeah, it's a decent game. It's a good concept for a game,
and it's retro, isn't it?
It's really retro.
The look of it and design of it is very retro.
I'll put some screenshots on the screen, but
yeah,
because I can do that now.
Yeah, nice.
Obviously, if you're listening to that, that's not going to help.
I would recommend it as a good game.
I would as well if you've got some time to sink into it.
Yeah,
because it is good fun.
But I don't think I would go back. I feel like I've had my fill of it. I was happy how far I got.
You've done really well to get that far. But like you say, if you went on holiday,
you
probably would have been in the same boat as me.
I would have thought so.
Yeah.
So where do we put it in our
It can't go high
table?
Because I don't know. You've played a lot more of it than I have. You start us off. What do you think?
I think for me it's really, really easy question. Does it go above or just below Before Your Eyes?
Okay. We both completed Before Your Eyes.
Yep.
I think Before Your Eyes is better.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Let's put it 5th.
Sure?
Yeah. So that's 5th out of 8.
Cool. What's it called?
The
Golden
Curse of the Golden Idol? Or the Case of the Golden Idol?
Curse, I think.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. Right.
So.
It's your turn.
It is for me to choose this week's game.
It is.
Oh, I thought you'd stumbled on something earlier.
Okay.
Because I thought we're going to have to do this at one point. And then with the first couple of news stories were, I was like, let's go for it. Let's do a Netflix story.
Right.
So I looked at them.
Yep.
And I thought, what should we have a go at? Maybe we could do Money Heist.
Yeah.
Where you join the crew.
I've never watched Money Heist.
Me neither.
So that might be a good way in.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And I presume you join the crew on a job and you play the story through. We could have done Virgin River.
Okay.
My wife likes that program. It's a sort of looks beautiful. It's a romance type show.
Yeah.
But scripted.
Okay.
But I thought, let's have a go at something Netflix really sells hard. Let's step out of our comfort zone.
I'm scared.
We are going to have a go at the Netflix story for Love is Blind.
Oh, no way. Really?
Let's see if we can find love.
Okay. I don't understand how they work either.
Me neither.
I was going to try and download it on my phone then, but I realised it's currently filming you, so I can't do that.
I think we just get to have a go at the game Love is Blind.
So there's a Love is Blind game. I've never watched the show Love is Blind.
Me neither.
I don't really know what the concept is.
I think you talk to people without seeing them, don't you? And go
okay.
on dates and eventually reveal. You might, people might fall for each other.
So I'm going to fall in love on this game.
They turn their lights on and they think they're absolute sweat hogs. I don't know.
Hippocroca pigs.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll play
I'm up for that.
Love is Blind.
Love is Blind the game.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that. Definitely.
Okay. And we'll be
we'll
back next week.
Right, I think we've done a wave.
Fantastic.
Happy with it's not even called that anymore.
No, it's not.
I think we've done a bottom of the stream show with Adam and Nick. I can't even say that anymore. First video done. First video of this show done.
Yeah. We'll still be out as an audio podcast.
It will, indeed. Everywhere you can get your podcasts.
As will, on Thursday, a new edition of The Movie Show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So come back to us and find that.
You find us anywhere you find podcasts.
You will indeed. That's it.
That is it.
Like the video. Subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, I think that's what you're supposed to do on YouTube.
Yeah. Sure. Click the bell. I've heard people say that. I don't know what the bell does.
Oh, me neither.
I think it notifies you when a new video shows up. Which will be
makes sense.
3:00 on a Monday morning, so be careful when clicking the bell.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.